Snapped a 5-game season opening losing streak. Snapped 7-year conference opener losing streak. Fastest team in program history to 10 wins this year. Dom, I know you wanted to make this a very special season in your final year. Do those accolades kind of prove that it's been a special season so far?
Yes. Us getting out of that 5-game losing streak and being the first team to quickly get 10 wins it says something special about the team.
Last year, 2-6 in games decided by 5 points or less. Already surpassed that total for wins this season. Had you lost your previous 9 one-point decisions, which is amazing to think. That dates all the way back to February 14, 2008 against Vermont. You already have a couple of those wins this season. DJ, what's kind of the difference been in winning these close games this year as opposed to years past?
I think it just says a lot about how we matured over the years. I mean, we had a lot of young guys last year, and they grew up over the summer. And us too, we also matured over the summer. And I feel like that had a lot to do with those close games this year, that we could pull those games out and just focus on the next game.
Let's go back to some of the games. We'll start the opening game of the season at Northeastern. BU's down by 2 late in the game. John Papali goes into the corner, gets fouled on a 3-point shot. Travis, you ever seen a foul called like that late in the game on a shooter in the corner in front of your own bench?
I mean, probably like in the NBA, or, but usually that doesn't happen. Usually the coach for the opposing team is saying don't foul the shooters, and that's just common. Don't foul 3-point shooters. So John's a great shooter, and I knew he was going to knock those free throws down.
He did make all 3 to give BU the lead, but then it still came down to a final defensive stand, off an inbound on the other side for Northeastern. Malik Thomas basically looks like a cornerback jumping up and making that catch in the passing lanes. DJ, I know you play in the passing lanes all the time. Is it rare to see a guy just kind of, instead of tipping the ball, catch it two-handedly like on an inbounds pass?
It's definitely rare in basketball, but I mean, I kind of knew Malik was going to get it because Malik, his arms are so long, so he had no choice but to grab the ball. So.
Did you give him any kind of ribbing after that for actually going straight up on that and catching that ball?
No, I was actually proud of him because he got the steal and he gave us a chance to win the game.
You then play number 19 UConn on the road. After falling behind 17 points in the first half, you start a 17-5 run that ends the first half, that you go in down halftime at 5 points. It was DJ, your 3 on the right wing that cut that deficit to 5 at the half. Dom, what was it like in the locker room after he made that 3 when you guys are playing a nationally ranked team and you're starting to make this run?
It was great. It was a momentum shift for us. And we knew we could compete with those guys. We just, I guess, had jitters, I guess. But when DJ hit that 3, we had all our confidence to come out and play hard. We knew we could compete with them, and we was just ready. It was just he started the fire underneath us.
Let's go to St. Peter's. This was the game, the 1-point win that snapped that 9-game losing streak in games decided by 1 point. And in that game, Nate Judney hits 2 free throws to give BU the lead. Once again, it comes down to a defensive play. Travis, you were guarding the play that was an alley-oop towards the basket. Had you seen that before? Did you know that was coming, that you were able to tip that ball away?
Definitely. I mean, we went over that play in the scouting report, preparing for the game, and we knew it was a possibility that they might run it, late game situation. So we were definitely prepared, and anticipating that type of play. So I attribute the coaches for that, for just having us prepared.
You can argue, really, which is considered DJ Irving's greatest game in a Terrier uniform. Was it the game against Albany last year where he hit those 2 threes that propelled you guys back? Or was it the Quinnipiac game this year where I don't even know what was in his head. He just steps up to the 3-point line and buries the 3. DJ, was that planned by you? Did you know you were going to do that?
Nah, I just took what the defense gave me. I saw him backing up, so I just rose up and shot.
Dom, you were looking at him, and then all of a sudden you turned to get the offensive rebound. Did you think he was going up with that shot?
I didn't know what he was doing. To be honest, I was coming up to set a screen for him, and I noticed that the guy was near like the free throw line, and DJ was wide open. I was like, he better shoot. At least I could go and get the rebound, and he shot, and when it left his hand, I knew it was good. So I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Travis, what does it say about DJ that the guy sags off him, doesn't know the scouting report, and he buries the 3?
I just think that goes to show how confident he is as a player. As you know, like before that game, he was struggling a little bit, like up and down, and I felt like he needed to take that shot. Him being our best player, he needed to get confidence back. And he made the shot. I knew he was, as soon as he let it go, I knew it was going in. So it was like, finally, you take the shot. He has the confidence to do it. So
Between the three of you, how do you know when someone player shoots that? Is it just the situation that you know he's going to make that shot?
definitely, as you just said in the Albany game last year, he made 2 clutch shots just like that and won us that game. So we kind of already, everybody on the team expected it. We want to go to DJ on this play. I thought he was going to drive too, but
That's what
I don't know why he sagged off of him like that, and he took advantage of that opportunity.
Well, it's funny. We'll skip ahead to the Lehigh game. This was the second 1-point win of the season. You talk about a guy driving, 6-point lead evaporates in the final minute. Down by a point, all of a sudden DJ gets the ball with 8 seconds to go. No timeout being called. Coach Joe Jones just says, go. DJ, hesitation dribble, draws the foul. Did that remind any of you guys of another game, maybe the American Championship game with John Holland getting a foul like that?
Yeah.
It definitely reminded me of that game. Now that you said that, because in that game, John he went for a back cut and he got fouled on that play. It was a questionable foul call, but I'm glad they called it.
Well, let me ask you, was that a questionable call when you went at him?
No,
it looked like you went at his head.
That wasn't a questionable foul. But they tripped me on the way to the basket.
You all agree that was a trip?
Yeah, I was going up to set the screen again, as usual. And before I could even go, DJ was running towards me. And then I seen that the guy tripped him. So I was like, let's go. Let's make these free throws.
When you look at an official who makes that call, now obviously you were on the winning side of it, but you kind of DJ, did you have a sigh of relief after that call was made, or did you just look up saying, I better have gotten that call?
I expected the call, I thought it was a clear trip, because if he didn't trip me, I would have had a wide open layup. So he had no choice but to trip me. So I think it was a fair call.
It's not every player's career that you change coaches and conferences within the same 4-year span. That's something you guys have had to deal with. 2 different coaches, 2 different conferences. How have you guys, and this is a question for all 3 of you really, how have all of you guys been able to maintain your focus on basketball with all of these other different variable changes? Don, we'll start with you.
I guess stay together. We had each other's back, not just us 3, but as the whole team. We just checked on guys, made sure everyone was good, and just reminded everyone what we're here for. Like you said, it is hard going from one coach to another, changing style of play. I know some people had thoughts in their head that they should go somewhere else, transfer, or do things their way, but it's hard. It's really hard, and when you having a season together with a team and you got a new coach, and that first time, the second time you have the coach and you struggle because you got the same team with new players, and then the next season you do great, it's just hard. The focus level is hard, so it's just something you have to adjust to.
It's definitely a difficult task to just change coaches like that, but like Dom said, I feel like we had a close group, so it was easy for us to transition into the new coach because we all just stuck together. We knew we were all here for one purpose, and that was to win. So I felt like that's what kept us all close together like that.
Yeah, I agree too. It's definitely hard because, like Dom said, different styles of play, and it's still a struggle for us a little bit because we're kind of stuck in that old way. In that old way, we won. So I think it's just us getting used to the fact that there's different ways to win and trusting, Coach Jones' philosophy and what he's trying to do. And we've been successful so far this year. So.
None of you mentioned the Patriot League at all as a change. Does that really influence you guys in any way while you're on the court?
I feel like it does. I mean, me personally, I like the Patriot League style of play. It's a lot faster than American East was. And with this team, that benefits us. So I like it a lot. I like the change.
John, go ahead, Trev.
It was just exciting because, we don't, like, last year when we did the scouts, we've been playing against these guys for 3 years already. We already know what's going on. Now we really need to pay attention, be locked into the game because we don't know each game is something different that we haven't seen before. So.
Tom, you were shaking your head. No, it's the speed, isn't it? You don't like running up and
No,
down.
I love the speed. I love the speed of this league. It's exciting as new players, like Travis said. When we get a scouting report, you pay attention. You have to pay attention because, like I told someone else about the Patriot League, every team is not just one or two players. It's like the whole team. Everyone on the court can contribute in some way. So I really like the league, and everyone's more physical.
You started your careers also in a way that most people don't get to, which is winning an American East title, going to the NCAA tournament, playing Kansas in that first game. I know you all remember that, I'm sure, including that game we mentioned with John Holland getting the foul in the title game. Have you guys talked amongst each other in terms about kind of bookending your career now that as you look at this as the last run, what it would mean to now go back to the NCAA tournament?
I feel like we feel we have no choice but to go back to the NCAA tournament. I feel like that's how we look at it, and I feel like that says a lot about how our season's been going so far, especially in the conference play, because we know every game is important. We know every game Dom tells us all the time to take every game as a playoff game, and just to go as hard as you can, because especially for us, this is our last chance to do anything. So I feel like we just want to leave a good legacy here at BU with this class.
We came in as champs and we leave as champs.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Appreciate it.